Brian Hooker, mofo, things are looking real bad for you, fella. There are places on land that the Coast Guard also wants to look at because, again, Brian, your backup watch should have tossed that one out if you're really a criminal. And I'm not saying he is, but there's a couple places on land that they want to look at as well, because let's all remember that Lynette supposedly bounced out with the dry bag that had the spare key, and she grabbed the lanyard with the key in the engine, and she also grabbed, oh, come on. All of us know that a dry bag floats, and this thing's bright green, neon green, so that would have washed up, as she would have. In any case, there are things that are missing. That oar, I don't think that oar that washed up on Lubbers, I don't think that was the oar. Doesn't seem to match the description. That is something that they want to do as well. They want to look at a couple places, and guess where? Remember when Nathan took us to the beaches on northwestern Lubbers? That area, key interest. Because remember, Brian had this silly story about I floated and floated, finally threw an anchor down north of Lubbers, where it's like, you could get out and stand. There's a huge shallow shelf north of Lubbers. You can stand. You don't need to ex-Marine, put your, anchor down and fire off your flares and nobody's paying attention to me. This is his bullshit story. So when he tells us that story, was there a reason? Was he trying to account for some time, like a lot of time that he spent in that area? Say, getting rid of some evidence? I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying anything like that. He's not charged with anything yet. So they want to check north side on the west side of Lubbers. But now you can do it with maybe dogs or maybe a little bit clearer GPS location, right? And there's some construction areas around there where you could easily hide some stuff. So that's on the menu. I am also told, we learned this a long time ago, that Brian and Lynette had spare anchors, okay? And Blaine Stevenson told us, if you're a live aboard, you got spare everything, because, you can't really be out at sea and then not have the extra when the one thing fails or falls overboard. And it is possible there's an anchor missing. Because what would be a better way to keep a body on the floor of the ocean or the sea than an anchor or a heavy dive vest or, I don't know, a torpedo engine? So all of these things are possibly in play. I cannot tell you definitively, but the word that keeps coming back through all my sources is that these are the things that give rise to the idea that maybe she's not buried on land.